trying to get on live, and it wants me to put my camera, my pad sideways. Now, I don't know why it wants me to put it sideways, so I'm going to try and see if I can change it and lock it like this, right? And then turn it this way and see if it will play, because I locked it that way. Okay, now I don't know which way I'm coming out on here, so I'm going to have to take a look. Just give me a minute.
Works like a glove.
Okay, I'm here. Just want to see what I look like on here if I'm coming out properly. Share, copy link. I gotta copy it to myself. Okay, now I'm gonna open it up. I gotta copy it to myself. Now I'm sideways, so what if I do that? Oh my God, now I'm sideways the other way. So let me see this, and now, oh my God, now I'm sideways the other way. I think now I'm upside down. So let me see this, and now I'm upside down. This is crazy. I can't even set this up. Let me see this. Upside down. This is crazy. I can't even set this up. Let me see this. Oh, my phone's upside down now, so, oh yeah, okay, I'm the right side up. I put my phone upside down. Okay, so now I have to find a way that I can sit this here and do my work at the same time. Boy, oh boy. Let's see. Not really, eh? Just give me a second. Let me jack it up on this, lean it back like that. I can't seem to lean this up. I was trying to do this. Oh, there we go. You know, not being in my zone, part of the work that I do, and I can hear people in the background going, yeah, what kind of work do you do? You know, because I think about other people that tell me, oh, I talk to the spirit, you know, I talk to the alternative beings that are out there. Maybe they do. How would I know? What I do know is logic and common sense. That's the basis of this all. We came here on the day of rest. If someone is resting on day 7, what happens on day 8? Why don't we ever hear something about day 8? On the 8th day of the week. What is the 8th day of the week? The 8th day of the week is the same day as the first day of the week. 81 is Venus. 9 times 9, 9 times 9, 9 plus 9 is 81 and 18. They're the only ones that do it. I look for the association and understanding what's going on between multiplying, adding, subtracting, just the first 9 digits. Now, why 12? What is it that when we get to 10 and go up to 21, what is going on between 1 and 21? There's a whole lot of stuff going on between 1 and 21. I'm going to explain this to you in a minute. I was just trying to see what I was just talking about right now, how I got to, yes, so if you went from Sunday, right, and it was the 1st, and then the next Sunday would be the 8th, and then the next Sunday, right, would be the 15th, and then the next Sunday, okay, would be the 22nd, and the next Sunday would be the 29th. Sunday, 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 Sunday. So 1, 8, 6, 4, 2. 1, 8, 6, 4, 2. Now the cycle is not over. The next Sunday after that, and we're just going to go up. You see, the month ends by the 29th, but we go on to the next cycle, and we're going to understand that next cycle and what happens in numbers. What happens in numbers? And you will see by the association, and what happens is that when we get a word or a letter that equates to that number, it's going to tell a little bit of a story, which is in context of all that we spoke in our lives. As little as 3 strikes, you're out. The 7th inning stretch. There's little relationships in numbers, like in the 7th inning stretch. The home team has 18 outs. The road team has 21 outs. That's 3 and 9. We're association of 3 and 9, the creation and the birth. The creation and the sun birth. I say sun birth because number 29 is the sun birth. Jesus on his second level count, the reduction of 74 in Jesus reduces down to 29. 29 will be with the, I like to call it the dark house of fate. The reason that 29, although it is black, although 92 is yellow, the B comes out to yellow. The beat comes out to yellow and black. Both yellow and black are the 9229, which 9229, I think that's 111. 121, which is 1111. Born into the house of bait. It's not 18273645, which is all going to equal to 9. It's 29, born without the 1. Your 1 is relevant with inside 3 and 8. Instead of having 1 and 8, you're going to have 3 and 8. Your 1 is going to be inside 2, your alpha and beta in creation, which means I had to answer this question to somebody, but I'm hoping that they'll understand. I forgot. I tend to forget. And remember, because I'm doing something else, I'm moved on. So when we get to the 29th day, I want to get to the 6th Sunday, in which the first Sunday I am on, I did not have to wait. You can call it ground zero if you want. So the next one is going to be the 6th of the next month. And then the next Sunday will be on the 13th. And then there's a Sunday on the 20th. And a Sunday on the 27th. I could have started with any day, but I'm starting on the first day. Because if I would have started on Wednesday, I would have started with number 4. You know, and we can do that after. If I went to Wednesday, right, I'll be going 4, 11, 18, 25, 32, 39, 46, 53. Did I get that right? 4, 11, 8, 25, 32, 39, 46, 53, 60, yeah, 67, 74, 81. Okay, so I'm going to show you this now. Let me just see, 3, 6, 9. Okay, and it's over here. Your cycle, right, is running. Where's the 1? Where's that first Sunday? Yeah, okay, here's your first Sunday, your second Sunday, your third Sunday, your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th Sunday, your next Sunday. How come I have 27? Oh, right, 27 of the next, 27 of the next month. I ended with the 29th, starting as the next Sunday would actually be the first day. I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to make a little switch here. So, and I hate holding it up this way. I can't explain it properly. So you can see 3, 6, 9. The 10th Sunday, okay, I would be on day 64. That's actually good. It encompasses the 5. Everything goes around number 5. Okay, when you have the 9th Sunday, it's going to be number 57, and that's going to be connecting to the numeric value for the moon, male and the female, numbers 12 and numbers 13, 52 and 48. I'm just trying to see 48 and 52. All I did is multiply it, so don't think it was any magic. I was just looking for something. So anyways, what it actually says to begin all these Sundays, it says AHOV, like Ahova. Let me show you that. It says like Ahova by replacing the number for the Sundays. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I'm going to see where what I wanted to talk about, maybe a little binary code. So far, I see that we came into this world and we all have a direct connection through just breathe. If you ran 200 miles an hour, you can feel what you don't see in your face. As your car goes through, wherever your car goes on the highway, wherever it goes, the faster it goes, there's a resistance. What is that resistance? Call it whatever you want. You can give it any name you want. Just know that it's something, otherwise it would be nothing and you would be going like crazy. But if you're pushing off against nothing, how can you go anywhere at all? Right? Just give me a minute, I'm going to get a drink. Okay. Okay, I'm not really happy with that presentation that I brought up. I don't remember what I said. I wanted to start over at something that was basic. Just everything, it seems to me, it's basic because I found the rhythm of something. Just like the days of the week that I was just talking about. If you start on what they gave us the tools, and the tools were just simple. We just have to know how to use them. If we use a Thursday, I start on number 5. If I use a Friday, I start on number 6. If I use a Saturday, I start off on number 7. Now the question is, when the auger turns, when does it come back to the beginning again? Because we can just be piling up these numbers, but everything cuts off and starts over as the auger brings the element forward. So if I was to, let me see, can I do this? Let me see if I can do this. Let me see, I just want to see. 1 second. Oh, maybe I can do it in here. Hold on a second. Oh my God, I could. I think I can do it in here. Let me see. I'm not sure how well. Let me check on my phone if you can see, if I can see. Let me see what it says. So it's not showing me this book here. So how come in this camera I'm not seeing the book? I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, what if you were like here with me, right? Being in my zone, part of the work that I do. Check on my phone if you can see. Okay, let me see this. I just advanced this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so I think you can see quite good. You'll let me know if you can see good. Okay, so if I would start on a Wednesday, right? I start on a Wednesday. Should I do it this way? Okay, so I start on a Wednesday. The Wednesday is the 4th day. The next Wednesday is the 11th day. The next Wednesday is the 18th. So we're going to go in a 4, 2, 9, 7, 5, 3. 4, 2, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, 8. 1, 8, 6. So now we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the way the days of the week will come in for the cycle of, let me see, did I get that? For the cycle of Wednesday. So now we've done the whole cycle. So that means once I get to here, over here, it's 67. So the 67 will be 13, and then that will be 4. So the 10th Wednesday, okay, we'll be starting over that cycle. And it's the same thing for the whole day of the week, but the thing is that this angle is 15, and this angle fits the 15, and this angle fits the 15, and this angle fits the 15. If I would be putting this up in the 4th dimension, right, I would be changing it to, just give me a second to write this in. Let me see what it looks like here. Yeah, so what it would actually look like is, let's say 4 would be 70. This one remained the same, 62, 90, 82, 74, 66, 58, 86, and 78. And what's ironic is this position here and this position here and this position here and this position here all remain the same. 2, 5, and 8 inside 2, 5, and 8. Let me show you. Is that okay what I'm doing? Can you see that? Hello, Mr. Sir, Mr. Keys. Let me look at what you've written. Last time good is said is 1, 2, 5. Cyan. Wow, that is, I seen that in the fish there. The CION. I said the cod, okay, at the beginning. Okay, I'm not sure if you're referring to that, but your base creation is with a C. Although the OD can be in God, O is the you need the 4 elements, okay, in order to create that circle, right? Unless we're creating a circle like an egg, and an egg is really has a point and a wider side at the bottom. You can almost look at an egg and say it's a triangle because it's not a circle. You know what I'm saying? And if you rounded out the egg, it would look exactly like it does as a triangle. So next time I think about 0 and the letter O when I'm thinking about it. 1.25 days left over. That's number 85. Spirit Matrix, Silver Spirit Matrix, I like to call it that. Genesis 1 is build 1 to 31. Z is 1 to 26, right. Adding up to 31, 32 to 36, right, for the closing of that 360 degrees or that missing piece. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So you'd have 36. Let me see what you would have. You'd have 32 and 36. Trying to see if you can. You'd have 32, 36, 33, 35 equals 68 equals 68, and then you would have 34. Right, we're in the house of DC. We're split up by Earth and Mars, and that's what that 34 is. Let me see what this is. The 34 is the Earth and Mars split up. When it comes in as 3-4, it's noted to be cold. 4-3 is noted to be hot. The cold blue is noted to be with a puck on ice, and cold blue would be for the boy, and boy would be for the B, and B is the Venus moons. The double D moons inside of the B letter is two D letters, those two, half moons that are inside the B. Everything has to be taken for what we see. I can't hear, right? What I evaluate for myself is B can be 13. 13 goes along, links to the moon. It links to both AC and DC, the numeric of 1 times 3, okay, equals to 3C, and 1 plus 3 equals to 4D. That would be your CD or your DC. And then the 1 times the 3, how you get from AC to DC is by creating that star system, creating the numeric star system. When I talk what the numbers say to me. This is what the numbers are saying. So the question is, why would I use the word star? What if I said the word stars, right? Just to note that we use the letter S at the end of a word for plural, different reasons why we use the S at the end. So what happens if we use the S at the beginning or the second to last number? What would happen? So only in that I can come up with theories, okay? And when I put a number near a theory, it's just going to help me next time I hear it, and I'm going to go, it doesn't work anymore. Or I'm going to put it to the side and say it sort of works, but I still don't have a full comprehension. To note that when you have 32 through 36 at the end, from the 1 through 31, like you spoke, the 68 is dividing of the seventh gate. When you connect the 32 and 36 is 68. When you connect the 33 and 35, that's 68. The 36th and the 35th is 71. You can use it as you want as 17Q as part of that Mars gateway. The reverse of the Mars gateway connects to GB, which could be Great Britain. It can also be used for 27, which is the house of bait, created by the number 36, or maybe the reason for 360 degrees being a circle, other than understanding that many little things like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then once you did those 3, you have 9, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and now the element is complete. Let's look where. We're going to go to a 3-sided triangle. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. 120 degrees, except the 4th side, the bottom, to cap it off. 3 sides equals to 4. And now when you roll it over, how many different combinations, and everything is vibrating off of each other. Okay, I'm just gonna finish off with this. Okay, I'm gonna read what Mr. Messer wrote, the key to wisdom. Z, when you say Z is 126, does that mean 1 through 26? Yes, everything repeats based on that. But the thing about that is, let's look a little bit further. The alphabet splits, okay, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, equals to 6 or 60 seconds. When you add the 4 on, the D on, that equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1, and we start over again. When I go to the roulette table, 1 is red, 10 is black, 19 is red, 1 and 9 is 10 is 1, and 28 is black. So it's showing me in roulette, okay, only a number 1, it becomes red and then it becomes black. It also shows me that when I come to the center of roulette, the 16 and 19 and 17 and 20 and 18 and 21 all are the same red, red, black, black, red, red. It shows that a hexagon is created in the center. It shows an X and a Y getting to connected. It shows me when I begin 1 through 36, it shows me that it begins with an X, and when it ends, okay, it ends with an X again. It ends with X, X, Y, X, Y. It goes X, Y, X, Y. So when I go X, Y, X, Y, so that's only 1, 2. I have to do it again. I have to go X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X. Now I have that rotation. Now I add on another 36 numbers, and there's going to be another cube again between 1 crisscrossing over to, sorry, from 34 crisscrossing over to 34, from 35, sorry, it was, yeah, 35 over to 2, and then 36 over to 3. Unless we twisted the numbers around. I'm going to have to show you that design. So it's showing me also in the deck of cards, we need 4 suits. And this gets a little bit complicated because there's a few things going on right now. And I want to finish reading Messer. So I'm going to read Mr. Messer, and then I'm going to come back and finish off with what I started. I'm going to write it down. I wish you can see and follow. I don't like the position that I've put myself into. So the first verse coming on 127, right? 1 through 26, they comes all together, and the combination comes on number 27. Adam and Eve creation, the 1414 part of Adam's creation, ADAM, right? I mean, I just see A through D to begin with, and then it goes AM. It's 144. It's 11 and 44 in that. AA and DM, they're both in the same house. And is part of DNA, and Eve is both inside the word of 7 and inside the word of 11. It's also in the word of even. So if you take a good look at the word, I can see, okay, that if this was Roman numerals, you can look at it 2 ways. First of all, the E is going to stand for both 5 and 3. When it comes to time, the center of time is 30 minutes. It is the halfway part. Half is noted to be what is 5. When I see Eve in Roman numerals, I like to look at the V as the 5, and then I like to look at the E. Sorry, I like to look at the V as the 22nd letter, number 5, and the E being the 5. So that would make 27, okay, and 17. 27 and 17 only come together through 98, when H and I come together. And when H and I come together, that's your birth in the heavens through alpha beta, through 1 and 2. Why? Because 9 and 1 come together as 10, and 2 and 8 come together as 10. 28 for man, 91 for spirit. It is, I'm just trying to think of 72 and 17 is what made that happen. And 8 and 9, right? 8 and 9 is what caused that. So what happens is I have to have 3 categories. And the category of numbers I need to associate with is 1, 4, and 7. Now, when you're associating the 1, you're associating 10. When you're associating the 4, you're associating 16. When you're associating 7, you're going to associate, when you associate 4, you associate 13. Now, when you want to find number 13, there's a few ways to get it. But there's going to be 2 reductions in finding 4. To find number 4, you would need 9 and 4, 8 and 5, 7 and 6. Each one of them added will be equal to 13. but their mathematical results, although they began 13, 13, 13, 1 and 3 is 4. They end up to be telling you this story. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 and 4 is 13. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 and 5 is 13. It's hard to read backwards. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 and 6 is 13. Here it's going to go 4 and 6. Here it's going to go 4 and 4. Here it's going to go 4 and, let me see, 4, 9, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6. Notice inside of it, one's a 9 and one's with a 6. The other one over here, I like to call this is the E world. H and E come together. This is born into the half-life between Earth and Mars. There's only 0.5 difference between the 4 and the 3, between Earth and Mars. The 0.5 is the E. If I go between the, this would be the 3 and the 4. If I go to numbers 2 and 5, right, it's 1.5, and 1.5 is the letter O. And then if I went to the 1 and the 6, there's a 2.5 difference, and that would be the letter Y, and you'd have these 3 letters showing up, E, O, and Y. 4.5 is the total difference. It's 0, 5, 1, 5, and 2, 5. Earth and Mars. This one over here is going to be Venus and Jupiter, where Mars comes in. And then when Earth comes in, you're going to be talking about, oh, let me see that again. When Mars comes in, you're going to be talking about Mercury and Jupiter. When Earth comes in, you're going to talk about Venus and Jupiter. But all in all of them, you're going to be talking about Jupiter and all of them. And when you see the numbers 0, 1, 2, those are your moon link ups. 0, 1, 2. Or if you want to go 2106 or 2160. When you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120. When you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. The one that you get to 120 is from the game of pool. The one you get to 210 is from the game of darts. The game of darts partially describes to me Rubik's Cube, to where it becomes 3 times and 2 times and 1 time. It also tells me about the moon, the electric moon, because of the green and the red center. The same thing about the celebration on Christmas, 77 and 33. In rotation of 54, the sun. The number 1 and 9, 10, as I mentioned before, if you remember or if you do not remember, right? And note, if we want to count days moving forward, do we count the day of rest as day 7? Do we count it moon-wise and say it's day 1 and we never have a day 7? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, right? Should we run it on 7? I think we should run it on multiple different scales of reality. So if we had to start off, I'm just trying to think where I was with this. Wow, just like that, I just lost myself. Yes, because I was talking about 1 and 9 coming together. Okay, because I was talking before about 1 and 8. Where's my eraser here? Before I was talking about 1 and 8, okay, equals 9. 2 and 7 equals 9. 3 and 6 equals 9. 4 and 5 equals 9. And if you heard, I never used the number 9 to equal to that 9, and that would be 9. And then when I wanted to create 11, I went 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 6, 4 and 7, right? Did I get that right? And 5 and 6. And those will all equal to 11. Now, when I'm creating 11, okay, when I'm creating 11, right, I never use the 1. But here it ends up with 2 1s. When I'm creating a 9, right, I'm never using a 9, but I end up with a 9. So when 1 and 9 come together, and the S is on the other side, the S is the 19th letter, I'd like to say that we have an imbalance of 360. If I rebalance the alphabet, it's going to tell a different story. Right now, I'm working with 260 degrees. Of the 360, I'm leaving out 100 degrees. I'm going to tell you right now. If I were to realign the alphabet in 360 degrees, my S would be at the 240 degree mark, right? The center of my day would be at, if this was realigning the alphabet, the center of my day would be G. The center of my day would be G. It would be what was the 7th letter will move into the 12th position. What was the 24th letter, X, is now from the S letter. So G moves into the L position, S moves into the X position, and S moves into the X position, right? Position X. So we do the alphabet shift in that. I'm a little bit tired. I'm going to put on a little bit of lights, and I'm going to read more of the comments here so I can get a little bit more lined and controlling the narrative. Okay, just give me 1 second. I don't want to control the narrative. Maybe a tea, a water. Give me a second over here. Getting a little tea. Just getting a little tea. Where's the cups? Where's the cups? Hey, Ozzy, how you doing? We did our nice walk tonight. If it's nice tomorrow, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Take me out for a walk. Okay, I'm coming back. Just gonna let in one of the puppies. Come. Come. In or out? In or out? Come on. In or out? In or out? Ow. Okay. Where are we? Let me read. Okay, let me read this. Adam and Eve creation. It's a direct contradiction. I'd have to look it up. And when I look at Adam, I just see 1414 or number 14 or DNA. When I look at Eve, it is number 32. So I see Eve coming out of the Mars system. What's ironic about the Adam and the Eve is that 1 and 4, right, will connect the Y part to where the Mars is going to connect the X parts. Let me take a look at this. 14 down here, down here, down here, down here, here, this, that. Okay. Okay, we got this over here. So let me look. Now this was 14, this was 13, this was 12, and this was 9, this was 10, right? So we did this over here, and then we had 22, we had 25 over here. No, we had 21, we had 24 over here, and 22 over here. So I'm just trying to think, 24, I had 27, 26, 25. So I'm just trying to think, 22, 23, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I end up doing this. I end up doing this. I end up doing this. Anyways, irregardless, okay. What's the problem? Let's go check this out for a minute. Just a 1 minute break. There's the doggins. Okay. It's gonna be a tough week. That bark is loud, and he just. Guys, we're wasting our time, guys. We're wasting our time. People don't want to see this. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Can we be a little respectful? Hey? Okay, very good. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Okay, let me see what was written over here. I'm down to Mr. Art Cherry. Whoop. Oh, there's a whole lot of them. Let me go back and see what happened here. I missed a whole bunch, so I'm going over them, okay? So don't mind. Let me, whoa, I'm really far behind, okay? Sideways screen, 180 more, bingo, weird, skinny view screen, okay? What if the 6th day is not yet complete? Well, on the day 7, they rested, okay, if we want to get back to that. So if day 7, they rested, and the reality of, for my reality, G.I. Joe. Go, go. That was vicious. G.I. Joe. Think of this. 2 billion people. 2 billion people praying around the cube. The cube is right here. I'm telling you a story, discussable, creating theory out of the can I say what is? It is a 6. There's 3 more spaces in between to a face 9. It is a 2 with a 7. It is a 5 with a 4. It is an 8 with a 1. When the 2 is with the 7, reverse with the 5 is with the 4, we have Jesus. We have the beast. We have time. The angels are 1 star away, coming from what was and is the passing through the electronic moon. Is it 1 moon? Is it 2? 1 and 2. Is it all 3 moons? Both the male and the female, when all 3 moons come about, they're sitting on the throne. Tishrei falls at the gateway for the 7th Hebrew month, for the operator of CD 3 and 4 comes from what is real to what was ran. It is in the middle of the beast. EAST, like I said, in the middle of the beehive, the beehive east. The Star of David, the hexagon, the rotation of 33, to where even those who follow the moon, let's say, can I say what nationality? The Hebrews that follow the moon. In the year 5784, 19 and 28. On the 13th moon, the Monopoly game is based on a board that the minimum size of the Monopoly board is 13 times 13. The border of the Monopoly board has square corners. And because it has square corners, it dictates that the properties, okay, will have rectangular corners. If we have to go to the minimum size of what is square next to rectangular, a square area will take up a 2x2 window, and a rectangular will take up a 2x1 window. 22 and 12, bringing it to the next level, and then would be 32, 22 to 32, and you'll be going up levels of 10. So at the same time, when you create this, I don't know if you can, where's this bar here? Where's that bar? Let me see if we can eliminate that bar. How do I, maybe if I put this stick in or something. I don't know. So I'm not sure if you can see this down here. I guess not, eh? Guess not. Maybe, hold on a second. Maybe we can do it this way, right? Here. So you have the 4 here, the 2 here. The area space here, don't look at this one because this one's not made well. The Monopoly board is going to have one single space in between the whole space, right? The total area inside here is going to be 80 plus 1. The outside rim over here is going to be 48. The inner rim over here is going to be 40. That rim of the Monopoly board is 88. That's your Pegasus. That's your 7286, the divided house, whether it's the operating room. Over here is 31. It's going to jail, okay? Over here is visiting jail, in jail. Here is 31. Over here is the Mediterranean. You need number 42 to get there. You need number 41 to get there, right? But it becomes a 42nd area space divided in the Mediterranean. So what you're going to have here is you're going to have 81 on the inside as 80 and 1. And on the outside, you'll have 88. And 88 is for different words like window. Did you know that window ABCD, right, is 10, but window EF, right, is 11. The first one is 2.5. The second one is 5.5. Where do I get all these numbers out of thin air? Where? No. The air is right here. The relationship of 10, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, in 4 elements, 10 divided by 4 is 2.5 average. When E and F
only 2 elements, gives me 6 and 5, 11, 5.5 average. The thing is that F on the cube is opposite of the A. So the F and A7 gives me a 3.5 average. So you can see that every single connection, right, will be a 3.5 average. The thing about the cube is that the 3 and the 4 connect in the same realm. A, B, C, D, right? 4 and 3 equals to 7. They're in the 10th house. 7 and 10, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, which is also noted to be the beehive, B and E, right? 2 and 5. That 7 is going to go with Mars. That 7 is also going to fit with, it's just ironic that it fits both with Mars and the moon, because I need to say 57, because 7 counts on all of the streets. 8 is counted on all of the streets, and 9 is counted on all of the streets. There are 2 streets where 7 and 9 are counted differently, and that's in the 70s and in the 90s. But let me go through Mr. Messer's, more of Mr. Messer's stuff here. Genesis 1, when I write down the word Genesis, right, the G looks like a 6, but it's the 7th letter. The E can be a 3. It can also be noted to be a V for life, the E world that we live in. E is opposite of V. Hypothetically speaking, we have to discuss it, right? At the same time, inside Genesis, we already have the word gene. Gene is noted to be what is 75 and 55. 57, 75 is also noted to be part of the moon system, the electric moon system, or sky pass. The N is going to be the IT system, and that's going to be linked up into the sun. They call that the sky pass. It's the quarter connections, because I need 3 and 1 or just 3 of them. I'm just trying to think of which way I'm going to explain this, because I'm not really sure which way to explain it. I believe that when you do have the E, it's talking more about the feminine side, right? The NE is both feminine and masculine, and the GE is, listen, it moves around. I'd have to explain it. The 7 starts off as male and then goes into female. And then from going into the female, it then extends its femalism into the sun, into an IT system, right? And the female goes into the male system of 6, because that G7, when you have your 12th birthday, you're actually going into the next year, into the preceding year. If you write down the day today, if you write down 2024, why are you writing it down? Why are you writing something in advance? You're not. When you write 2024 down, you're writing the completion of, and then you're going into the 8th month, additional to the year of the completion of 2024. So if I had to calculate how many moons in 2024, I'm going to have to calculate, I just want to go see something, 2024 times 13. There's 26,000. 25, 9, 20. I just want to see the divided by 13. I'm just trying to think of something. 13 times 1,900. You know, it's funny, 1994, there would have been 25,922 moons. 13 times 1994 years. Let me get the dogs in for a minute. I'm a little slow. You guys coming in? Come on. You gotta be quiet. Tomorrow we're gonna go on a big run. If you're not nice, we're gonna go wherever you want. Maybe even get ice cream. Okay, so where was I? I feel like I've been snoozing. Yeah, let me read the rest of the Messer thing and tell you again, back to Monopoly. Is the 81 represents Venus, it represents square. 80 represents bronze, representing the third or the third world, the RD, right? First, second, third, ST, ND, like standard. Stand, it's stand, and when the C comes in, it becomes standard. The 88 becomes the window 10, window 11. It's Pegasus. It's what 88 reduces down into 80 after multiplication and adding. It would become 16 and 64. We talked about Genesis. The SIS would be 515 when we'd be talking about 33 by 47, and its time of creation, and it become 1551, and that would be a connection to the quarter houses of Mars. Cannot accept it. If we don't accept something that we're given, where is it going? If we're refusing to accept something that is given to us, where is it going? Imagine if we were water, electric, too much air in the tank, too many bubbles in the tank. What's going to happen to the cork? Will it pop off? Don't accept the lies. Run by what you know as your own personal knowledge. Verify where you get that information from. Once the television set has, I'm just trying to see overlapping, I don't know how to say it, overlapping energy, the fog comes in and the lies are so heavy they can't be covered up anymore. You're not accepting it anymore, so you're pushing it back out, and then it becomes a big fog. I'm not really sure if I can explain this. We're stuck in a 6-day repeat. God left it up to the, you see, on day 7, they said the Lord left it to the rest of us. So, but we were done on day 6. So the rest of us is on day 7. So what would be the rotation of day 7? Let me see what the rotation of 6 and 7 is. And there's two entities. There's the offense and the defense. So I'm not really sure how to calculate it. Offense and defense, and then the offense and defense together. So you need that 3. You're thinking, I'm thinking, we're thinking together. Am I thinking what you're thinking? So when we go to pass the puck, I know what you're thinking, and the other team has to think what you're thinking. So, and what the other team is thinking, or the same team is thinking on who's going where, so we can get that puck from you. So how are we thinking? Robotics, putting the system together, put yourself in its place. Hey, Mr. Messer, I see you're here. I wanted to write down 7, 16, 25, 34, 43, 50, 57, 64, 71, 78, 85, 92, 99. Another way to count: 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 65, 72. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Then we're going to do these 6s. 6, 15, 24, 33, 42, 51, 69, 78, 87, 96. Or we're going to do 6, 12, 18, 24, 36, 42, 48, 54, 66, 72, 78, 84, 96. 6, 9, 12, 15. There's 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. There's that. And then here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 72. Then there's 79, 86, 93. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 to get to this one, 16. Okay, I'm going to come back and explain what I just did. I needed to count by sevens. I went from 7 to 7 to 7 to 7 to 7. 1 and 6, 7, 5 and 2, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 4 and 3. And by the time I finished the repeating of all sevens, okay, and then certain sevens repeated on themselves, 43 repeats. 57, okay. Did I get that? No, there's a mistake over here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I started off one way and finished off another way. So let me correct this because I'm way off base. So I have 52, 59, 66, 73, 82, wow. I'm like way off base, way off base. Hold on a second. Just give me a second. 52, wow, where am I? Wow. Okay, 61, 70, 79, 88, 97. I think I got it now. I think I got it. Okay. Let me see if I got it. 52, 5 and 2, 7, 3 and 4, 7, 4 and 3, 7, 5 and 2, 7, 6 and 1, 7. See, this one doesn't repeat, shows up like this. And then over here, 7 and 9 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. And then over here, I counted by sevens. 7, 14, 21, 28, the moon cycle. A cube is only 21. A cycle shows up over here. So to have a full cycle, I need 4 different cubes to show up. I need 1 full cube to show up and then 1/3. And then I did the same thing over here with 6. You notice it took me 16 to get to 96. And over here it took me 13. So these two elements, these two numbers are going to work together. 4 and 7. Energy, Muhammad, Jesus, the beast, time, angels will come from these two numbers. The orange and the purple ball. It's okay. Relax, relax, relax. You're taking me out of my realm. I can't think. I want to look back to see what Mr. Messer wrote. So Genesis 1 to 31, day 6 is not finished. So I like that day 6 is not finished. The thing is, 6 times 28 equals to a total of 168 hours. There's 168 hours in a week. So if day 6 wasn't finished, it means we're running by moon time because the moon is running 28 days. I'd like to look at it as, in a way, we run 24 hours a day. The gearing system between 6 and 7 shifts the 21 into 28, and it shifts the 24 into 28. How is that so? 6 times 28 is 168. 7 times 24 is 168. We take a week to make those two come together. Whichever way they do, it doesn't matter. Those are the numbers that bring them together. And that is the 7 and the 6. and only the 6 and 1 will create the 7. So let me see what else is here. Okay, recall 1 month stuff. Yes, the keys to year end is always on the 31st, same as Genesis, right? 31st. So we have first, we have 11th, we have 21st, and then we have 31st. But the main info is never a 27 in play, but the main info is never 27 in play. Explain that, unless we have to understand, there's a question that comes out of this, because Rubik's Cube is 3 squared, which means there are 27 area spaces. In those 27 area spaces, 26 of the spaces are going to be occupied by an object that looks like a cube. One of the areas is going to be an arm that stretches out in a hexagon-like 3 different directions, holding this, and this. The crossing inside of Rubik's Cube is a 6 spindle. So would that be 26 plus 1 area, or 26 plus the 6 spindle, equaling to 33, the rotation of 6 and 9 in Rubik's Cube? Because that's exactly what it is. It's 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. 60 is counted twice in French, not in English. 20 is said many times in French, not in English. 17, 18, and 19 are said many times in French, not in English. It's said in the heavens of the birth cometh through Mars. Multiply something by 3, divide it by 3, find the amount that the difference is between that calculation. Meaning if it's 17 divided by 3, it's 3 times 6 equals to 18 minus 1. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2. And that's that truth. Alpha or beta, 1 or 2. Are you the heart of the matter? Are you a part in the diameter, in the circumference? Soccer divides the game in 2. Hockey divides the game in 2. In soccer, there's 1 big intermission. In hockey, there's 2 intermissions. In football, there's 1 basic intermission. In hockey, it's 3 periods of 20 minutes. In basketball, it's 12 minutes, just like a ruler, times 4. In football, it's 15 minutes. NFL football, 15 minutes. There's 1.25 difference between 12 and 15. Why in basketball is it 48? Where does it come from? Does it have anything to do with the 48, 24 and 24, 48 hours and 2 days? Does it have to do with 3 rulers equaling to 36 and then the platform, another 12? 36 inches is 1 yard. If completion before, see, the perfect number is 3. Once you add on the 4th number, there's changes. 3 times 147 will equal to a single digit, 3. 3 times 1, 3 plus 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. You can take 1 and put it into 2 sections or in the 3rd section. 3 times 1, 4 times 1, 5 times 1, you put it wherever you want. But when you want, if you want to go now to number 4, and you want to put 4 into number 2, you're going to go 5 times 4 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. If you want to go 3 times 4, that'll be 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So depending what you multiply 4 by is where you're going to put it, whether you're going to put it in the 1 section, the 2 section, or the 3 section. It's just that 3 times 1, 4, or 7, either one of them will go to number 3. In fact, 3 times, 3 times 2, 5, or 8 we'll now go to number 6, right? 2 is double, so obviously 3 is double. 3 times 8 is 24, 2 and 4, 6. 3 times 5, 15, 1 and 5, 6. 3 times 2 is 6. It spells out the word fox. And 2 and 4 is 6, 1 and 5 is 6, and F is 6. It says fox, 6, 6, 6. Chai 18, 6, 6, 6. Does it have anything to do with that, with this truth, that it has anything to do with 666? There was a calculation earlier I wanted to do when I was moving around some numbers. Yeah, okay, I'm going to look at it soon. The dice cube dictates that if you have a 6, now, if you have a 6, right, I want to talk about 2 dice cubes. If I'm talking about 1 dice cube, if I have a 6, I have a 3. The 6 is going to be reversed to a 1. And the reverse and the missing part of the 1 will be the 8. 3. Every single one of these has 9 sides. Let me get on with some of the comments. Let me come back and explain what I'm talking about. Jesus is used with Adam and Eve. The non-mistake way would be to make Eve first and then make Adam the same way Jesus was made. Okay, now I have to really try and understand that. Let me see if I can hold this up over here. Okay, so let me read that again. The same creation of Jesus used with Adam and Eve. Okay, I'm just going to have to go. I'm not really sure I'm understanding. I'm very sorry. Now, when they're talking about these things like Adam and Eve, I'm not going to look at human. I'm going to look at more like elements, and whether it's going to be this kind of a plugin or that kind of plugin. Is it a receiver? Who are the energies and where did the energies start from? If we are the children of the creation, then I would be asking myself the question, why was I made? Why am I asking this question? Well, if I and you, or just take yourself, you're alone at home and you're magical, you can do anything. And one of the things you really wanted to do is think about something you didn't know. There were certain things in that magic you had that you couldn't do. But what you could do in the magic is make a lot of more of you. You can make a lot more of you. And then you looked at the handbook and said, give everybody freedom or hold them into slavery. Giving them free will of choice also gives them the free will to drive down the highway like 2 bulls. But they know that if they do that, their element of survival will be pulled off the shelf. So then we had to have rules. Oh my God, there's rules. Safety. To save all the elements you just built, and you use all these elements just so you have a little bit more memory, right? You don't have enough memory or storage. Nowhere to put all that information, you might forget. And then you need reminders to be reminded, because how can one person who created everything remember where everything is? Unless you document it and you put this in drawer number 7 and you classify this as number 2, and that everything inside of number 2, even the sun, 5 times 4 is 20. 2 plus 0 equals to 2, and starting a word off with the T letter, T minus counting. T is what surrounds, okay, the TH family, right? Your TH family runs from 4th all the way over to 20th. So if you were to be counting, you'd be counting in sections of 21. 21, 21, 21 equals to 63. And now you cap it off. And that's one of the reasons 63 and 36 are your completion, because they complete in a yardstick. They complete in this formation for 3 cubes. I'm just trying to see where else they complete. Yeah, so the TH family, right? Before TH, it's gold, it's silver, it's bronze. And then after that, you got 17, 17 people or whatever it is in there that are all in the same teach house, right? Teaching elements, T and H comes in, teach. Let me see what this was. 1, 3, 6, and 8, 2 and 5, 2 and 5, 7 and 4 equals 11 equals 7 equals 9 equals 9 equals 7 and 11. Okay, let me see what else there is. See, the Adam and Eve story again, I can't really get into it. I know that one of them is AA and the other one is EE, okay? AA and EE. I like to look at A as something that divides. I like to look at A as it's number 1, so A doesn't only live inside within 1, A is also living inside 3. A is living inside of 5, and A is also within inside of 9, in which it is also, when it is in 9, it is also in the, what I like to call, in the 7th and 9th position, taking up the 5 position with a 1 dot. Okay, that's everything about this. There's 9 to a face. We'll never be able to use awake and asleep. You'll only be able to use this way. You'll be able to use 7, and this way 7. 7 and 7 is 14, but all you have is, sorry, it's 6 and 6 is 12, and you're using either this 6 or this 6. But both ways you turn it, this would penetrate while you're awake and while you're asleep inside of this cube. You already knew that the 2 by 2, that 6 and 3 happens twice, 4 and 5 happens twice, but 1, 2, 7, and 8 only happen once. What I'm talking about is, remember, every side of this cube has 9 faces. Because you only see this cube, think of it as Rubik's Cube. Think of taking Rubik's Cube and dropping it on the floor and finding 26 of these. Once you drop Rubik's Cube on the floor and find 26 of these of 6 sides, you have 156 sides. When you have 26 of these times 21, it equals to 500. I'm not really sure of the answer. What is it, 541? 520? Is it 546? That would be the Fed, that would be the sun, that would be the controlling operator. We are... Just give me a second. I am looking up, just let me clear this. 26 times 21 is 546, 4, 5, and 6. If you look at the 4, 5, and 6 in Roman numerals, you're going to see V11, which looks like an M. The M is 1000. It's also the 13th letter. So the M would be 4, 5, and 6. Let's call it the Fed, right? Ending with ED. Where are we in this? Let me look back at all these comments. Thomas 15 and 46. Is that in Genesis? Amongst these born of women from Adam to John the Baptist. Says, amongst those born of women from Adam to John the Baptist, saying Adam is from a woman, okay? There is a ton of truth to it. You gotta untwist it and weigh out and measure it right. That's the problem I have, is the measuring it. I know you do it. If you can just write me a piece of paper and send it to me, show me exactly the way it is and explain the piano bit, that would be great. Well, they're quiet now. I mean, I don't know. The dogs, yeah. I like to take on this babysitting job because I know I can get my studies done here just as good, or I thought so, if I can get the computer down. Right now I'm staring at my phone. Can the cube be saying all of this is 1 and 2? Yeah, all of this is 1 and 2. Everything is 1 and 2. And the center of Rubik's Cube, right? The center of Rubik's Cube is going to hold the 547th. The 547th dot will be in the area space, of Rubik's Cube, the void, the arm. But the arm will be 6 times, okay? It will be 6, it's controlling 6 times 21 equals 216. 216, okay, is the moon. The 666 being controlled in the moon. The moon, as I understand, is an analog moon, and we're moving into digital. And whatever it is, but unless they are able to develop a way to transfer the analog into digital, I don't even know, it was in one of my pieces, is that they would have to reduce the amount of information that is flowing, and the only way to do that is to back it up to the time there were only about several million people, depending on what they're going to occupy all the rest of the space with that they need. Having to run digital on Earth, but the processor by the moon is an analog. And I'm not sure where my work came to how they can get it through that, or set up the own system that they don't use it. But then you would be falling back in receiving. So you would have to make like there's the same amount of people. Just so, how can I say this? Anyways, just forget it, because it was just a theory of mine. So let me take a look at this. Where 6 times, so we have 6 cubes, okay, times 21, right? And then we have 6 cubes times 33 is 180 and 18. I think it's 198, right? Let me see this. 6 by 3 is 18 and 1. 6 by 3 is 18, 198. You end up with 414. You would be AD, you would be DAD blank. It would also say 6 times 21 or 6 times 33 would be 414, and 9 and 9, 18, which will equal to 432. Another way to get there is 6 times 6 times 6 equals to 216, and 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals to 18. And we have the reverse revolts of 432 to 234. And what's ironic about that, right? What's ironic about that is the numeric value for Jesus, Muhammad, right? The core of number 5, which is 5, 14, 23, and 32, are all number 74. The beast is number 47. The thing is, 9 times 74 equals to 666, right? And when you have 9 times 47 equals to 423, the difference is 243, which equals to 666. Just let me bring in that what is in between 4 and 7, or the letters to G and D, maybe and perhaps in God and Jesus and Muhammad, is 5 and 6, and that's the 11 creation. That is the 11 creation. The reverse of 1, 2 to the 7th gate, divided by number 42, 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, becomes who we are, right? We have to understand those numbers. Our number comes in at number 14, the man. Comes in at number 14, comes in on the other side of the alphabet. 3 and 4, 13 and 14, 23 and 24, 33 and 34. All these numbers separate between 3 and 4 on the next level. And then you have 43, 44. These divide up the night and the day. And then you have 53 and 54, and you enter from the sun to the moon. The 53 is going to connect to the cap of the electric moon. The 54 is going to connect to the 56. That's going to connect to us. The 55 is going to connect to 55, is going to be the sky pass. And then the 56 connects back to the 54 again. So we're coming through the sky pass. Where do I get this? Sky is 55, pass is 55, sun is 54. 5 and 6 is what is the reverse on a cube of 1 and 2. Alpha, beta, 1 and 2 is that creation. So since 1 and 2 is 3, and 6 and 5 is 11, should I go to the 3 part, go 1, 2, 3 is 6, and then when I get to the 3 part, the 4 is that part off of the opposite of that 3. So would I be going 6, 5, 4 creation? Again, back to the word federation. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 is also noted to be first and second. And when you write first, ST, and then second, ND, if you say it together, it says stand. And when I stand, I go back to the relationship, stand on 17, or pay me on 21, blackjack, 21, the 21 dots of this cube, the 26 cubes in Rubik's Cube, the 27th area, which is a 6 spindle, controlling 6 cubes to a single color. Let me continue on. I'm going to get a drink in the fridge. I wish I can set up a little bit better so I can show you everything, and it doesn't matter what counter I go to unless I got a ton of mirrors. Maybe I'll go work in the bathroom where the throne is. Give me a minute. I'm coming back. If you have something to ask me, I'm going through the rest of the comments right now. I hope to catch up to yours, and just give me a minute. Thank God the dogs are asleep. They're on the couch. You know, I usually like to have I'm not happy with the coffee, but I shouldn't complain, you know. I'm going to have a coffee, and just give me a second. If you have anything to ask me, let me go ahead and look at my comments, take a 2-minute break. We're out here 86 minutes. You know, we have to bring peace to the world. We want to know where the legion is, right? You ever hear the word legion? Right? Well, if you put an R-E in front of it, what is the word now? What is a legion? What does it mean, legion? Forget about what words you were taught to understand. What's the word legion? I don't know. I don't know the word legion. I really don't. But I know one thing, that until we come together and say enough is enough, we have to stand up somehow. We have to stand up. We have to stop doing something. We're doing something we shouldn't be doing. Or at the end, well, first of all, you have to note we are the children of creation, right? And being those children of creation, okay, your good deed is accounted with prayer. Your good deed is you praying that you thought and made the right choice. You made your best qualified choice, and that's like praying. That's like following a commandment. The basic things, there's just really low and basic things. I'm a bull, and I'm not going to go head on with you. You're everybody. Everybody in this entire world is you. But because you gave them free will, okay, it doesn't mean they have to listen to you and you're not the boss. But you pick up all the information from everybody to always stay one step ahead of everybody. The thing is, the information is no longer coming in fast enough that you can recuperate what's going on with everybody, and you sort of lost a little bit of control. So somebody else has taken upon themselves to complete that control over the entity. So at the end of everything, we live in a system, and no matter what, we go home to where we came. They can never beat this system because even the womb, it's not their womb. They're only running the system, but it's not their womb. We gave it up over time, and now we're trapped, and we have to play into this game to the end to see what it's like to have done what we've done to ourselves. And I'm not getting into a debate what that is, because somebody might say yes, and don't forget, when I was born, I learned everything from the 60s. If you were born in the 80s, the first thing you learned was from the 80s. You were upgraded by 20 years. Everybody born every 20 years, everybody gets an upgrade. I wasn't born with computers. I wasn't born with the speed of light to receive everything. We have everything we want. So let me see where we are with the. Can the cube be saying all of this? One is in the center, and after that, 2 is on the outside, and that's all there is. That's all there is. Now it's all the different cubes, right? There's all the different cubes. So how do we work out that scenario with all the different cubes? We have 9 to a face, and then we have to crisscross connect. I'm not going to get into that right now. I don't have the design to back me up right now. Yeah. So, Mr. Messer, what is something you would like me to look directly at that I can come up with something? Because Adam and Eve, A and E, A and E, the A plays a part inside E, and it gets divided up. It's here within the human, but it's not only here. When the A comes in, it divides it up. So Adam is dividing things up in Eve. It's almost like Earth gets plugged over Mars, and then we do this. And the reason for that is Earth is 9 pieces, and Mars is, Earth is 26 pieces. 26 and 1, the cube. And let's call that Earth. And Mars, if it was cubic-like, right, Mars would be 8 pieces or 8 cubes. So we would use Earth as, I'm not really sure if we should use it as Z and use Mars as H, or use Mars, Earth. I'm just trying to look at which way, because Earth gets 7 and 9. Mars gets number 8. Mars connects with the sun. Now, I may change this one day. My theory for this right now is because Mars is a 2 by 2 by 2. I like to call it a window. The Earth window looks like it has 9 areas. The Mars window has a direct cross bar. Maybe it's a single window. Maybe the Earth window is broken up into 4. because Earth numeric value is 52, so it leaves me with 2 lines, and Mars is 51, it leaves me with 1 line. Earth would be V11 connecting to Uranus, and Mars would be V1 connecting to Saturn. And that's the difference between Mars and Saturn, is 1.5 times 4, which is the same numeric value in the payout in blackjack, which is 21, which is identical to the cube that has the 21 dots, or 1 through 6 added equals to what is 21. Ace 11. Now, if I had to use ace 11, we already know the word of ace is equal to 9. We know the word 7 is 65, and that's equal to 7, and Eve is within inside of that. It's just ironic. We are that 65. We are that creation, that 654 creation, that sun creation. And I said the 654 creation in the 9 birth into the second world. The 654, the 456 across the phone, that the 5 and 6 go in between 7 and 4. 7 and 4 is the beast and is Jesus. It is energy. It is time. Inside of that is 5665, which is the wolf. It is the flow. It also says home. It also will add up to number 5, and that will add up, that number 5, that position occupies number 74. 5, 14, 23, 32 equals to 74. 5 and 6 are inside. It's also for the horse, number 65, and it's the 7th zodiac sign, and in the month of October, which is Rosh Hashanah. The first 6 or the second 6? The first 6 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The second 6 are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The first 6 start with 1 through and 6. The second 6 start with 7 and finish in 1 and 2, 3. 7, 1, 2. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 equals to 7 and equals to 12. That's the second half of 6. And that's where the 2 systems come in. AI, 7 and 12 equals to 19. The Mars system brings in AI, and it's the moon system connected to Mars. Okay, let me look up in here. And I just had a comment there that I cannot look at because I can't switch off the page. Just give me a second. 2121. Where was I? Just let me put this low here, put this over here. I'm not really even sure why I'm looking at something on my phone right now. You'd see me leaning over. Wow. Okay, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Okay. I might have lost myself for a minute. Let me just fix this. I'm so happy they're quiet. Even today when I took them for a walk, they were like pulling me and I'm trying to think, why can't we talk to them a little bit more? Okay, so, right, I was looking for Mr. Messer, but more of those comments. Let me go through these comments, please. I just forgot for a minute, so. Sugarcane, right, sugarcane. AB to Z, 351. So what I'm looking at is, since AB is your base creation, and it can't start until the nut, the complete nut. You can't count the middle of my head, but you can count my whole head. So count the center of my head out, or count my whole head. So start off at 3 for my whole head, right? So we're going to remove the end result that if I start off my head as 3, I don't need to count A and B because my whole head 3 counts for my A and B. And when you leave the alphabet, if you take off Y and Z or take off A and B, it'll be 348 or 300. 13.5 is the center of the alphabet. It says ACE, ACE. It's also M and E, matter and energy, Mars and Earth, Mercury and Earth. It's also the word sun, SUN, 1, 3, and 5 in this comment. I'm not sure how, let me see, is there any way for me to get the comments out here? Top chat. Okay. Hold on, let me go back and see some of this. I have some of the chat on the screen. I don't know why I'm missing some of the stuff. 2024, the fifth encroachment, 1924, in some space. Hold on. Oh, it keeps disappearing on me. I don't know why it won't let me see. Lego my ego, air bubbles, A, B, C, D, 4, yes, bubbles, A, B, C, D, E, transfer B and E. I have to, wow, I'm really having a hard time. Sorry about that. Okay, so the chat is going from the top. I can't see it. I don't know. I have to bring it down, bring it down. I'm missing so much of it. Okay, so Baccarat, yes. So Baccarat, when everything comes to 10, it goes to 0. Well, you know what? When it comes to gambling, Gary, all you have to do is the same thing over and over again. Watch what's going on. We're not here to gamble. We're not here to win. You're here to follow the sequences. I suggest to never gamble on a Sunday. Better gambling when there's more people and tables are full and moving, so you can see the rhythm. But I'm not suggesting any gambling. You have to go with what you feel, because if you're in, you'll be able to feel what's right and what's wrong. It's supposed to be innate inside of us. Right now, I'm going back. The cheapest homestead, 1924. The land is my land. Thank God, all the time. Art Cherry, I know. V2 M23. Why? Ed time. Adam equals ish. I like that, like an SHI, ishy or ishit. You can get your master's degree if you can survive the dogs. 0 and run writes it all, but 1 and 2 can write it all as well. Any 2 is enough to write it. Well, the thing with, when I look at 0, right, the 1 is the 0. I mean, if I put my hand this way, it's 1. If I turn it this way, it's 0. 1, 0, 1, 0. It's like open and close. So tell me if I'm right, if I'm wrong, what you think about it, right? Let me put this chat back up here. Lazy Lingo, Gaz Lingo, bet on 9. All winners are in the right chat. AE01, different bubble moral. A and E, are you talking A and E01? I have to understand that one. AE01. 1 and 5. You know, what's ironic about what you just wrote is that A and E, what's inside of it is 2, 3, and 4. A and E, and the O is the 15th letter, and when I see A and E come together, I think of the O. Is only when A and E come together can you have the O, but when I have 15, it's 1.5 times the amount, right? There's different ways to look at things. Rubik's Cube tells me that it works in thirds. Rubik's Cube works in thirds. Depending on how you want to look at this cube, right? It works in thirds. So I'm going to just go through some of these comments and then come back. The keys to, yes, 348, 14.5 average. Right. And that would be the 1.35 is going to be the moon, and the 145 is going to be the sun. The 1.4 is going to be the 9, and the 1.3 is going to equal to the 7. The 1 and there's different numbers will not repeat to certain numbers, like 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and I think right, and that's it. And the other numbers, 1 and 9, will keep running into themselves. 1 and 8 is gonna 8, 9, 72, 17. Right, it's gonna run into itself. And then when you go to 2 and you leave out 1, there's a difference between 1 and 2. 1 shows up in the center over here, and 2 is over here. So in artwork and in mathematics, they're going to show two different stories, right? If I went 2 and 2, I'll go to 4. So if I'm going to 4, I'm going that way. Now, if I went 1 and 1, I'm going to go to 2. If I went 1, 1 and 1, I'm going to go to 3. If I went 2, 2 and 2, I'm going to go to 6. So our number system set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first section is 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, all the way to 34. The second section is going to be 2 all the way to 35, and the third section will be 3 all the way to 36. And that's our basic ABC creation. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. And that's your 36 creation of the house of bait, the Iyer house of bait. 3 times 6, or number 63, or 36, right? Where 9 times 7 and 9 times 4 equals to 63 equals to 36. From the house of bait, this one over here. This is 2 and 7, and on this side, it's 5 and 4. So we're going to show you that the complete side, right? Did I get that right? 9 times 7, 9 times 4, 63, 36. This will create 6 times 3, 18. 6 plus 3, 9. So it will repeat both 9 and 9. Another number that repeats both 9 and 9 is 99. So 3 and 6, which is 9, will create 99, and 99 will create 99. 9 times 9 is 81. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 3 times 6, and this is now we're going to go to the single digit. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. 3 and 6 is 9. These numbers all tell their perspective story. The 9 I like to use for the birth. The 7 I like to use the passing gate to the spirit cat. The reason for the spirit cat is the numeric value for the cat is 24. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. So that when you have 2 cubes, okay, if you have 1 cube and 2 cubes, so here's what it's like. There's 8 missing over here, but we're going to go here. 3 and 3 is 6. 4 and 4 is 8. So the opposite of what is 3 is 4. 2 times both of them create 8 and 6, and in between fits the 7 inside of that. That's the one-eyed king. Whoa, hold on a second. Okay, I'm a little backed up over here. Innate, yes, build up into the system, Tammy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times 6 times 6, 216, 234. Between 5 and 1. 216 divided by 18 is 12. 180 and 36. Yes. Yes. So 12 and 18. 12 is on the left. 18 is on the right. We run to the cycle of 147. We live the life of 369. Is that what it is? Or are we living on the cross, living the life of 258? B, E, and H. B and E for the beehive. If we're living on the heart of the beehive, right, we would be living divided by Mars and crossing over from Earth. Let me show you this piece of this little design. So what it is like this. You have two rows of numbers here, another row here, and another row here. So you have 12 numbers, okay, in all these rows here. When you go down the center, you're splitting 3 numbers here and 3 numbers here. You're setting a set of 3 here and a set of 3 here, and you're over on a set of 3 numbers. Actually, it's 3 or 5 if you want to go to all of them. But when you go east and west, your dividing numbers will be showing your dividing numbers right here. There'll be 6 numbers that you'll be using to divide instead of the other way. I'm just trying to see how I can explain it. I'm going to do this. The only way to find the center here is to take all these 6 numbers. But otherwise, we're dividing down here. 14 and 23, down here is 74. Over here is 111. Even though you're using the same numbers twice. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, connected between 14 and 23, X and Y. Can we say the X and Y chromosomes matching this 111 right over here? If you can understand me, getting a little late. I might be a little delusional or tired. So tell me if we're still understanding at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, E. Why would you put that? Because 4 and 1, 2 and 3? Is it because the separation is between 3 and 4, where A and B come into 3? Don't forget, if I have 3 over here, if I want to complete a 360, I got to put 3 on the other side. So 3 on this side, 3 on that side, and then I have my own circle. Otherwise, what does 3 own? A straight line? Or is 3 part of what the diameter is, this side and then to this side? And then what's the core like? Am I running on a 33 or a 45 record? We already know, now I'm not sure if this comes out in the last video or was the video I was doing, so I'm just going to show you this part. I did a shift. I'm not sure if we can, where's this? Where's this? Where's that camera? Where's my camera? Let me see what it's showing. What's it showing? Where's my camera? I'm looking for my camera. Whoop, hold on a second. Oh, no, I lost my own camera. So let me unplug this and see if I can do this. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me see if this works out. 70, 74, and 78.
222. 62, 74, 86, 222. 74, 66, 82, 612. 8, 6, 10, 12, carry to 1, 9, 16, and 6, 222. So that is going to be your 6, 6, 6 star. Now, if I only take the outside, 7, 15, and 11, 7 and 8, 15, 7 and 4, 11, 7 plus 0 is 7, that's 33. 5 and 8, 13, 7 and 4, 11 is 24, and 9, 33. 8 and 2, 10, 7 and 4, 11, 6 and 6, 12, 33. If you want to find number 74, Jesus is number 74, found in the 5th position. I rechanged all these positions to this over here. This was a change according to, I think it was a binary code change, and how I was able to make that change is just follow the formations of movement, and then you can do that. Like, if I multiply every single number, right, by the same number, let me see. Let's say I use number 3. If I do it by number 3, everything is 369. 3 times 1, 3 times 1 equals 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 3 equals 9. 3 times 4 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 times 5 equals to 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. 3 by 6 equals to 18. 1 and 8 equals to 9. 3 by 3 equals to 9. 3 by 6 equals to 18 equals to 9. 3 by 9 equals to 27 equals to 9. 45, 54, 33, 45, and 18. 1 and 8, 9, 4 and 5, 9, 5 and 4, 9. The system's not rigged. It's made absolutely perfect. You can't change it. I mean, you can change it. So now if I did it by 4, 4 is going to change everything. If I went 4 times 1 equals to 4, 4 by 2 equals to 8, 4 by 3 equals to 12 equals to 3, 4 by 4 equals to 16, 7, 4 by 5 equals to 20, 2, 4 by 6 equals to 24, 6, 4 by 7 equals to 28, 1, 4 by 8 equals to 32, 5, 4 by 9 equals to 36, 3 plus 6 is 9, 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, and 9. So what you're going to see is 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to see 4, 5, and 6 are no longer the same way. Okay, but what you're going to see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, just in different positions. And so that'll be your first formation transformation difference, other than having what was over here was 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Now, if I want to bring this into formation, I can add these two together, and 3 and 4 is 7, and 6 and 8 is 5, and 9 and 3 is 3, and 3 and 7 is 4, and 6 and 2. Did I get that? Hold on. 7, hold on, I think I made a mistake. 3 and 9 is 3, and 3 and 7 is 12 is 1, and 6 and 2 is 8, and 6 and 9 is 6, and 3 and 1 is 4, and 6 and 5 is 2, and 9 and 9 is 9. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what happened with this one over here, it became the value of 2 and 7. Why? 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. 5 and 7 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 7 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 7, 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6. Or 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. So it takes on a transformation when I put these two together, and it tells a whole new story. So where once we had 1 and 2 creating everything, that we made the transformation between 4 and 3, it now works out that G and E, that 5G, is running everything. And our heavens are now the IT system in the sun right over here. Now, when we look over here, we have 3 and 2 equaling to 5. And we cross over, we have 5 and 9 equaling to 14 equals to 5. 8 and 6 equals to 14 equals to 5. And then we have 1 and 4 equals to 5. The crossover member is 7 and 12. Where do we get 12? No. 7 and 2 equals to 9. 5 and 4 equals to 9. 7 and 1. I'm just looking at that. Do I get that right? 7 and, hold on a second. Where was I? 7 and 2, 5 and 4, 1 and 8 equals to 9. And then we had 3 and 6 equals to 9. So I'm just trying to see if I got this right. 3 and 2, 5 and 9, 8 and 6, 1 and 4. Okay, now we have 7 and 2, 4 and 5, 1 and 8, and then 3 and 6 will be 9 and 14. There's a change going on with this numeric value over here. I'm not quite sure if you understand what I just did, not having my paper here. I just made some movements. 1/3. I don't know why they cut me off for a minute. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. I missed a 1/3. They moved me over a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Yes, ignorant thanked. 1/3, 1/3. Yes. Whoop. Generation gene, yes. Right, and then there's the 2 sets of the alphabet where you can go to 52, and the piano keys we have 88. Okay, so we did all that. Is there anything else that we have to look at? Mr. Messer, thank you for being here. Mr. Cherry, thank you for being here. We're going to put this story together and figure it out. Right now, I think I'm going to end it. A little tired. I'm not sure if I got enough across. There's still so much thinking to do, you know. And there's other things. Understanding that fourth is equal to 88. First and number 1. 5 or 5th, 6th or 6th. Talks about bronze. 7, okay, or 7th, okay, it's talking about us, but it's talking about us as 1 and 3 or 3 and 1 coming from Saturn, because it's number 93 for 7th. 8th is 49, so the heavens of birth come together through Mars, and so that was 8. 8th is 57, and now they're talking about them coming through the moon. How did I get, yes, because in 8th, look what happens. Only in the word 8, 5th, I only add on, it's 49, I only add on 8. It's 49, and I only add on 8. Only 8 I do that with. Remember, we said 1, we said 2, we said 3, we said 4. Remember, also the first letters are very important. I don't want to speak about them right now. I'd have to think about it. I can tell you that 6th and 7th, right, or 6 and 7, is going to be bringing 2 worlds together, because it's 1 and 9. The S letter is the 19th letter. I know H, 8, is going to bring the 6 and 6, tie the 6 and 6 up together. 6, 7, and 8 will be tied up together, right? Number 9 is going to be the birth. And it's funny that in 9 and ninth, they removed the E from the, wow, I spelt this wrong. Well, where's my, oh no, I did that right. I did it on purpose. Because we have ninth with the E equaling to 70, but it's 9 at 42, dividing the gateway, and ninth at 65, right? So it's the creation in the gateway. Ninth position. So when you're in the ninth position, start at 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I do that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Your 9 moves into 11 because you're starting at 3. Oh no, wait. I start at 3, so do I count 3? Or do I start at 4? I start at 3 and I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, it's from 4th to 20th. And note that the 8 is the division of the numbers. Okay, we can take there's a few ways to look at it, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, take away the 1, take away the 5, take away the 9, right? And in this scenario, I have to look at it. I'm a little tired, but I'm very interested in this. Another thing we have to remember, that the chess game is 64 areas, but there's 2 sides to the game. Okay, now I need you to help me with this. We talked on that 4th to 20th is not 8, just H. Right. Very good, Mr. Messer. Thank you very much. Thank you. And what about 18th? Right? 18th is the same thing, because it's not TH, it's just the H. Right. Thank you very much. Very good. Right. And right. Very good. 8 is out. Yes. Okay. 8 and 18. Right. And it's not the same. The 8 is going to be divided up into 4 worlds when you get to 80. So yes, and right. So the I ninth is because the only way to produce the I is in the center of everything. In fact, 2, 4, 6, 8 and the ninth area are all produced because of the 4 corners. Should you be counting 9 on a rotary dial, right? It's all in the same area. But if we're looking at on a square keypad, it's no longer there. Another thing about the rotary dial, it's, if I believe or not, I think I'm running with a 12 rotor, but I'd have to think about that. Right, well, with 10th, you end up with 10th brings in 67. 10th, you see, because the thing about 10 is it brings in 2 worlds, right? And then where is 20 coming in? Well, 1 and 9, 10, 2 and 8, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 4 and 6, 10. So maybe that's where your 10 is in the center of everything, but it's only, okay, what happens is when you go to 2 sides, do you count the center of your connecting 1 and 9? Don't count the center of it. You follow what I'm saying? But I like what you said. That's very, very cool. Very cool. Also, the difference between 3 cubes and 2 cubes is that 10 and 11 is a high and a low. So if 10 and 11 is a high and a low, so when you get ace 11 with a 10, right, although you're working with three cubes and not with blackjack, two cards, it's telling us of a different experience, right, between the three cubes. Right, the 88 symbol is the outskirts of Monopoly, is 48 and 40 for the outskirts of Monopoly. Also, the window is number 8, and 88 reverts back to 8, star math. Yes, and yes, analyze the words for numbers in English and French. And it's funny, even words themselves, we change the language, right? We change the language of the word. I have a little bump on here. Do I have a bump on here? I have a bump on here. What is it? Could be a stinger. Anyways, yeah, we changed the language. And what's ironic is, how do you say English? English? How did the French say English? Anglais. Why did they change our name? Or the French? Français. Why did they change the name there? Samson, mass. Yes, I've been looking at the English words for the numbers. 1 equals to 34. I like when 1 starts, because 1, I like to say that the sons of Mars. And then second, right, becomes 19, bringing two worlds together. And this is where 2 and 3 bring the house of Bait together, right? And then 5 is the 6th letter. 4 and 5 are FF, 6, 6. 2 and 3 are 2, 2. You start off with the O, with the 6th letter. 6, 1, 2, 2, 6. That's that basic combination. Right, and also 19 brings A and I together, brings two systems together. It brings the 9 birth with the canine into the world of canine, the 9 lives of the cat. It does that. Wow, what did you write? 19, yes, because it brings in 9/11. It's just two different worlds, the lower part and the higher part. Yeah, because inside 9/9 they take out that E. Why are they taking out that E? Yes, 5 to 5th is huge. They exchange the V, which is a 4, into a 6, and that's 1.5 times the difference, equaling life, birth into life, right? 6 and 6. The 9, 6, 9, 6. It's a rotation of 33. It's like two worlds coming together. That's the way I see it. Taking away that V. Also to note that the V in Spanish is sometimes noted to be what is a bee. So I just keep thinking of the beehive. Also to note the word 5 creates a gateway between the heavens and the life. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. The 5 and 9 have the same numeric value, and the odds of getting a 5 and 9 on this cube are reverted to each other. It's going to be 3 and 2 to what is 4 and 5, 9. Twelfth looks like almost like it's saying half. It just so happens that 12 can create 5. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. The TW combination is 43. 12, 10, 2, and 3 all start with the T letter. They're all implying 2. Once you have a 1 with your 2, okay, you always is base 3. That's your base creation. That's all 3 into 1. Now, I don't want to just be able to say it. It has to say more than that. 12, if you're looking, it is a completion. 10, 11, 12 is a completion, and it's also the same thing as starting over at 3. 12 is also where your base creation or your nut, 3, goes with your 9 birth, and it ends at 12. It starts, to get to 12, you must have 3. To get to 11, you must have 2. To get to 10, you must have 1. 1 and 9, 10. 2 and 9, 11. 3 and 9, 12. And then when you mirror everything in your base creation, you go 4 and 9, 13. And that's when the mirror of creation comes in through man, through Mars, and in the mirror creation, where everything comes complete into J10. And now we're in the house of 10, the house of angels, where you now need 10 for a minion, where 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 40 comes together. But you only use 30 of 40. You never use it. You use 30 of 40 once, 30 of 40 twice, 30 of 40 3 times, 30 of 40 4 times, and out of 160, you use 120 out of 160. 30 of 40. And the primary start of everything was 40 of 40. Where do I get these numbers? One and 9, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 4 and 6, 10. 30. I didn't count 2 and 8. 2 and 8, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 3 and 7, 10. 30. I didn't count 1 and 9. 2 and 8, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 1 and 9, 10. I didn't count 3 and 7, so you can see where I'm coming from. And this is only your base skeleton of this. Yes, so when you go to L and 12, right, that is going to be 3 times, hold on, L and L, 5 and 12. I'm just trying to remember where I got that right. So L comes in, yes. Okay, good. Yes, I like that. So AB comes in to B5, and that'll say L. So yes, okay, A and B. Okay, the spirit in bait. 1 inside 2. 17 is also the average, 3 to 31, second script completion, 493, 29 equals 17. I need help. Help with this one. If I add from 1 to 31, I don't remember what that count is. 17 EL. So if I'm doing EL, right? If I'm starting at 5, my maximum number is going to be 14, right? So I'm going to go 5, and I'm also going to do 14. There's a huge, what's it called? I need to know where my maximum is. I'm trying to understand something. Okay. L equals VE. V equals E, and L equals O. Inside L is actually, right, inside L is love, L-O-V-E. E opposite V, L opposite O. So EL says love, the opposite. So the 54 word will create a word in its own. And that's going to be 2 letters, 27 each is 54. That's going to create the word love, and yes, Eve. To note that the letter J, in order to create it with the bar on top, you need to have another J that overruns. The minute you have that cross in the J, it's telling you about this over here. You started the first one, and then when you go to create the second one, it crosses over here, creating an X. It shows you that there's this one J that you see the J that's upside down? It shows you that this one is connected. The J is the 10th letter. You're automatically at 20, just showing this bar on top of the J, other than just the dot of the I. Just going to check the door for a minute. Oh, that hurt. 60 minutes in an hour. 5 and 12 too. I'm not really. $60 by 17. 102 is Valentine's. 12, yes, I like that. I like that, yes. 12 plus 5 equals 17, and 12 minus 5 equals to 7. Yes, very good. It goes up one, it goes up into the next level. Everything what 5 does. 2.4, okay, I'm starting to get a little lost here. What is the 2.4 in 12 and 15? 2.4 in the 12 and 15. 3 and 5 is electric company. It's part of capping the moon. 5 times 12 is 60. Right. 5 is the happy medium. It's 20%, right? 20% of 12 is 2.4, but 20% of 5 is 1. So either you can go up to 6 or down to 4. That's the federation of who we are. We're the 2020 items, right? I'm going to see if I can explain that. 20% of 5 equals to 1. You go up 1 or you go down 1, but it's still 20. 20 per number. So if you go up 1, it's 20%. If you go up 2, it's 40%. If you go up 3, it's 60%. And when you go up 4, it's 80%. And that's the realm of the world we live in, 4. And after, when you get to 4, it's counted differently. It's set as 4 areas and not as 3 areas. 3 areas is a complete phrase, 60. The minute you get into 4 areas, it's going to be started by saying 70 as the gateway, and then it's going to say 4 times 20, 4 different areas for that 9 birth. And that's in 90, using the English and the French to understand. Okay, when I'm looking from 5 to 5th and 12 to 12th, are we talking about the exchange of where we end up with FTH coming together equaling to 34? Right? FTH equaling to 34. Instead of having the VETH, just one second. The VETH is 27 and 28 is 55. But the FTH, okay, equals to 34. The ETH is equal to 33. Okay, which is that will show rotation. So the E and the F, when they exchange from 5 to 5th, you exchange the, first of all, there's more letters, but the E and the F is noting as this, F and E. So it's talking about 2 different kinds of connections. Here's the alpha connection with the F, and with the E, it's going to be the beta connection. So that's what I would see happening in that. Tell me if that's what you're thinking, because it means something. Minus 25 plus 34. So that would be 59. I'm just trying to see where we are with this. 7 and 7, right? 9 to 9 is minus 5. I don't know why I'm missing. Let me, okay. 9 to 9th is a difference of
23. And we have over here 25 minus 25 plus 34. Tell me what that is. I'm a little mixed up. I'm not with you right now. 9 to 9th is minus 5 is 23. Okay, okay, yes, 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 okay, okay. TH is 28, 10 to 10th. Okay, okay. 5 to 5th. 42 and 65 is 23. So there's a difference of 23, which is 5. Why are you going plus 9 now? I'm a little... Right, so minus 5 for the E they take out, but they also take out the V. They take out 27, and then they put in 34. Take out 27, put in 34. So the difference is 7. So if I have to go just FI, it's 6 and 9, 6 and 9, 15. Minus V22, E5 is minus 25. Why am I making a mistake with the V? FTH is 34, outcome is 9. So we have to work on that. Okay, so the outcome is 7. Okay, yes, it works out. Yes, E and L, yes. Yes, E and L comes out to 17. And in the word of 17, we have to use the word 7. It will also fit into Mars. It will also fit in on the lower scale to the reverse of Mars is 57, by the way. And yeah, I really like that 12 minus 5, 12 plus 5, 7 and 17. It's absolutely perfect. The first 20 numbers are just a base. Earth gets one of these to start. Mars gets 4 of these to start. So Mars automatically starts with 84. Earth starts with 21. But it's not Earth yet. It starts with Mercury. Mercury will get 21 and Mars will get 84. Then Mars will settle in. The numeric value for Pluto is 84, which is 3 times 28. That's 3 cycles of the moon, but I'm getting very tired right now, so I'm just going to follow with you, Mr. Messer, and we're going to get off. But we have to understand we have to multiply things by 3 and 4, and that is the heart. That is the center plateau between 3 and 4, and that's where 1 and 2 come in and get mirrored, and then they start the whole thing off dividing the 6 and the 8. Yeah, E and L have, yes, let me see that again. 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, and 5 is the center number. You can also go 2 times 30, but really nothing is higher than 12, so you wouldn't really be able to. Another thing is when you add 9 onto 5, it becomes 14 and 21. That's also something else that's perfect. I have to think if there's any other number besides that we can do it to. If I did 6 and 18, because we have to, if we're working with 7, we have to work with 6 and 8. We have to find the happy medium between those numbers. Okay, I'm still trying to understand why. The word says 5 and 12, the same family. Yes. Okay, okay, yes, yes. Okay, and there's other things. In order to make 12, okay, you need the 3 and the 9, and right away, the 3, the 5, and the 4 are inside of 9. I'm just trying to think. The 3 is part of that 5, which is also part of the 1 and the 2. The 1, 2, 3, 4 all fit into this. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all fit into this. I'm not sure if you're following me. The 1 is in the center, the 2 happens twice on the outside, and the 3 crosses over twice. And that'll create this 5. But there's still a little bit of talking to do. 4th to 20th has the stories in the addition and the subtraction, like shifting the wheat and shaft. Number 19 is like number 1. Number 18, okay? Number 19, okay, is like number 1. Number 18, although it's 9, it's like 2. Number 17, although it's like 8, it's like 3. The reason is the way the French say it. 19. 10, 9, 10 minus 9, 1. The other thing about 19 is 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So it reverts back to what it's actually talking about itself. Now the 18, 1 and 8 is 9, but when the French say it 10, 8, it can also be 2. Also to note that when you get to this number, 1 through to 18 will only be telling you about 1/2 of 360 degrees. 18 is 1/2 of 36. So we're looking at the start from 1 over to 18 and ending at 9. 1 over to 9 will create 1/2, and then the second half will be starting at 19, which will be 1 over to 36. 3 and 6 will equal to 9. So one will be 1 and 8 to the first half. The other will be 3 and 6 to the second half. Everything else equaling to 9 is going to be inside of that. I'm getting a little bit tired. I want to say thank you very much. Much appreciated. It would be nice if we can get on here live and be writing it out, and I can look and you can look and we can talk about it. I'm still going to go on in my head about 5 and 5th, and also 5, 5th, 12th, like you mentioned, because it's really huge. And then the Spanish, the way they switch the V over to the B, life in the beehive, the black and the yellow. Peace and love. Thank you very much. We're cutting out. We're cutting out. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 is 7 and 12, equaling to 19. Right, 19 is the only 10. But when you do the alphabet shift, right, and you move the alphabet, instead of A1, it's A6, and Z31, the center of the alphabet becomes, the center of the alphabet in 36 numbers, leaving out A through E, omitting A through E, and omitting 32 through 36. A6, Z31, the center of the 36 numbers is going to be the center of the alphabet, the 19th and the 18th. So now it's going to be the 23rd and the 24th is what's going to separate the numbers between 23 and 24. I'm just trying to see if I have that right. So you're going to count 6 over to 23. So let me get that right. 6 over to 23. 24 over, no, something's wrong. The 18th letter, yeah, we still have to switch over at the 18th and the 19th letter, no matter what. So the 18th letter will be M, and the 19th letter will be N.
I shifted the wrong the wrong ones. So you'll be looking at still M and N will switch the alphabet, but the M will be 18 and the N will now be 19. So that's where it's all going to switch. And I like to say that is between the heavens of birth, both to the one spirit, into the house of bait. And it looks like it's this lunar moon that we're running right now. Peace and love. 3 to 31, 17 times 29, L by. I'm going to figure that out, not right now. Thank you. Sorry, just a little bit too tired.